This Underdog Fantasy Best Ball Draft Mania 5 Best Ball Draft. You know what I'm saying on Old Fashioned Football and the Sports Gambling Podcast are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. That's right, the place for drafting. You can win up to 325 times your entry with their new Pick 8. Sign up with OFFSGPN, promo code OFFSGPN to claim your special pick, plus a first-time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code OFFSGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the best data-driven props and picks from Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
Hey, what's up? This is Sam Acho, and you're listening to Old Fashioned Football.
Old Fashioned Football.
You make this deal right now, you pancake-eating mother.
All right, deal.
Old Fashioned Football.
Welcome to Old Fashioned Football. If you're wondering who you're listening to, this is J Mark. You can find me on the X at J Mark Football, and us is at Old Fashioned FB. And if you're wondering who us is, before I keep going, to get into this Underdog Fantasy Draft, I got to introduce my co-host on the pod and in life. You can find her on the X at the Mark. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, you'll probably notice a little different location than our normal pod if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not, make sure you go over to YouTube at Old Fashioned Football Pod. But we just came from Keeper's Heart.
We did.
Well, O'Shaughnessy Distillery.
Keeper's Heart swag on.
Yeah, we do. Oh, mine's hidden by the mic. There it is. Keeper's Heart swag. We just came from the O'Shaughnessy Distillery, which makes Keeper's Heart whiskey. If you haven't had it, it's very good. We've talked about it before, but we had a little fun experience there.
We did. And before we do, I have to address the we're going to give people motion sickness. This table is
try not to hit
We're
it
making
so
do
much.
with what we have, people.
Yes.
We're making do.
Stop hitting it. That'll stop it.
I can't. I fidget.
Don't touch
I'm
the
a
table.
Fidgeter.
Well, you got to stop your fidgeting.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm not touching the table. So it's 100% you that's fidgeting and shaking the table right now.
Okay. Well, I guess I get to take the blame for this entire
Yes.
episode for the moving.
Yes. But yeah, we were just doing their blending class. Check out our socials. We already have some. Good Lord,
I
lady.
just kicked the table.
Stop kicking the table.
All right.
Yeah, we just did the blending class, which was a lot of fun. And the tour guide / blending instructor was Kate Douglas.
I know, which was so exciting.
Yeah, who we had on our podcast.
Yes, unplanned, and it worked out so perfectly.
Absolutely.
She did an amazing job on the tour. We got her version of the tour.
Right.
Because we've done the tour before.
Yes.
Last time we were up at the distillery.
Yes.
And it was awesome getting her version of the tour and then her walking us through the whiskey blending class that we attended.
Yeah.
Which was so much fun.
It was.
And I
fun.
had to be so precise.
Well,
and
you know what though? Your precision paid off.
It did, because I was my second blend. Because everybody knows who's listened that I love ryes.
Yes.
So, and we don't have a bottle of their Irish American.
Not here, we don't.
But
we do at home.
So that is a blend of you have the Irish grain, you have the pot still.
Yep.
You have
and the rye.
The American rye. And for the blending class, we got to do different blends of those. And percentages and beakers came out, and I felt like I was back in lab in college, and it was great.
You missed that, huh? Nerd.
How dare you? But at first, I'm like, oh, I love rye. I want to take this and go really heavy on the rye.
Yeah.
So I did a 65% blend rye with I think I did the lowest.
Well, don't give away too much. Okay.
I'm not going to give away, but I went way high rye on it, and it
Yes.
was very rye forward, obviously.
It was.
But
I
it
got to try
wasn't the
yours.
balance. Like, so Keeper's Hearts, their Irish American rye is like, it's so balanced.
Yeah.
It's perfect. My second blend, Kate had to go check the blend percentages for
'Cause you were
theirs because I
damned
was
close.
so close. And
Yeah.
I tasted it and I was like, ooh, this is balanced. This is good. It did not quite taste like Keepers, but it was very close. And then, through this experience, your third and final blend, you get to take, and it's a 50 milliliter blend, and you get to
Mhm.
go to the bar at
Yeah.
the distillery, which the whole place is just gorgeous.
It is.
We were in the potato bar for the class, which is really cool area.
the tater bar.
The tater bar. And then, you go downstairs, go to the main bar, and they take your third and final blend
Yeah.
and put it in a cocktail of your choice, which I went with the Keeper's Old Fashioned. You went with the smoked maple Old
I
Fashioned.
did. Yeah. I just wanted that
We ended up
smokiness.
swapping drinks. You finished mine and didn't even notice.
Well, hang on real quick before we keep talking about the experience. Just remember that the countdown to football season is on SGPN, and we've got you covered, but not just us. The college football experience is doing individual team previews. That's right. Colby Dant doing previews for every college football team. That's like 156 teams, just for the record. And he spends as much time on like Alabama as he does, let's say, Appalachian State or any of those small schools. Plus, SGPN's 5-Minute Fantasy Football with Dave, Dynasty Dorks, is your quick and dirty podcast, getting you prepped for all things fantasy.
Quick and dirty.
Quick and dirty. So when you go on this, you do the tour, and I actually tried some of the. You can try a little bit on the tour, the clear before it's aged, everything. You get to
Yes.
try that, but then also, once you get to the potato bar, which is where we did our blending, you get to try the pot still grain. You get to try the pot or the grain, and then the pot still, and then the rye. You get to try them individually before blending, and they were decent pours. I mean, it's not like they were huge, but they weren't small little
Of
tiny
all of
tastes.
those, the rye was hands down.
But I'm saying,
I
like,
love the rye.
their switched
And-
drinks might have been because we had had a little bit to drink already.
Well, I knew I switched with you, and I was going to see if you noticed. And then I look over, and your old fashioned, my old fashioned is gone in front of you, and I was like, well, I guess I get to finish your drink then.
And her old fashioned's almost gone. Going what? Oh no, we're not at the end yet.
But overall, it was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
I should be a whiskey blender
You should.
because my
I've told you
second
for a while.
blend
I've wanted to do
and my
that
third blend
downstairs.
were right on both sides of the
Yeah.
recipe for Keeper's Heart.
Very, very close.
And very
I think Kate was impressed because you were very close.
on the money.
Yes.
Not quite, but almost.
If you're in Minneapolis, you
Mhm.
got to go to the distillery. It's just, I don't know, first class place.
Mhm.
I mean, it's amazing. The food's good, the drinks are good, but the blending class, highly recommended.
Yes. Yep.
It was fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. And getting to you sit there, so I have my calculator, I've got my beakers, I've got my whiskeys. Get out of here. And it's like, okay, so how do I think I should blend these? And we talk about I think with Keepers, especially for me, when I'm trying their Irish American, it's for me, the pot still is what hits me first.
Yeah.
And then I get that spice from the rye. And then the Irish grain comes in and balances it all out and
Mhm.
smooths it out. And you get that because the Irish grain is kind of light and soft.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not saying it finishes light and soft, but you get that. It okay, now it's all comes together.
It was interesting. By the way, we're going to be doing an Underdog best ball draft.
Mhm.
So if you have Underdog, get your Underdog ready. Maybe you can jump in the draft with us. That'd be cool.
Yes.
But it was really interesting to me because I've had the Irish American many times,
Mhm.
many times,
When you try them, all the components of it,
and then try
separately
it.
and then try it.
It was completely different.
Yes, because you were picking up on a pear taste.
Yeah, and I've never had that.
I was getting major apricot.
Apricot,
Mhm.
apricot.
We're not doing this. You want to fight? You want to fight on our show?
I wouldn't mess with me because we did get a barrel of Keeper's Heart, empty barrel.
Empty.
We got an empty
Wish it was
barrel.
full.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
they wheeled it out on the 2-wheeler.
Mhm.
Tyler, shout out to Tyler for hooking us up.
The Tyler.
The Tyler.
We gave him a title.
Yes,
It's
the
the
Tyler.
Tyler.
The Tyler. Him and who Miranda said was the muscle. She said, I saw they brought the muscle. I thought she meant me at first. No, some other guy that apparently she thought was more muscular.
I didn't know who it was. I'm in the front seat. It's raining, and you get the back of the Honda open, and I turn around and I see, I don't know who, somebody from the distillery who had some muscles, and I was like, okay, this is fine. I don't need to get out and help. This is handled. I didn't know that
they wheeled it to the car. And I get it. We have a Honda CRV. They're probably looking at it like that ain't gonna fit.
it does.
I'm not gonna put that in there.
This isn't our first rodeo.
But they wheeled it to there and they just kind of stood there, and it was a little awkward for like only 1 second. But I was like, all right, I can't let this continue to be awkward. They didn't say like, can we help you load it? Nothing. They just kind of looked like this isn't gonna fit. I knew it would. We've had a barrel in the back before. So, and if you've not picked up an empty barrel of whiskey, they're surprisingly heavy.
They are.
Like, I didn't think they'd be
Yeah.
that heavy empty, but they are. And so, but anyways, I just thought they're not doing anything. Fuck it. So I just picked it up myself.
So in
and
my defense,
got it in the car, hooked it. It was heavy, but I was like, they're not doing anything, so I'm doing it. But they brought the muscle who did nothing, apparently. Apparently he was the muscle, not me.
No, because all I could see from my viewpoint, I turn around, I'm looking through, and we have the back hatch of our Honda CRV open, and all I can see is his torso and his biceps down. And I could tell he was in a t-shirt, so I was like, okay, Justin and this guy, they have it. I don't have to get out of the car and help.
No, Justin had it. J Mark had it covered. Don't need no help loading a barrel. They mentioned though, it's a perfect fit in the Honda. Like there's no room for error in that. It barely
No,
squeezes in,
you
but it was a
got it.
perfect fit.
It reminds me of, remember when we redid our first bathroom, getting the bathtub in?
Oh, yeah.
I cried because we're holding our bathtub, like the bathtub is 6 feet in length and the walls are 6 feet in length. Like we have to get this inside our wall. And I don't even know. Eventually it just went, but it took an hour and a half for us to get there. I'm underneath this tub crying, trying to hold it up with you because we can't get it backed out. We're stuck and we just need to get it to fall in. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
installing a tub is not fun when you don't have the space to play with.
No.
That's for sure. We thought we were going to have Cody Zeeb join.
Mm-hmm.
He's not able to join this draft. He is busy. So I just texted him and said, boo, you whore. Sorry, Cody.
Jeez.
That's what he gets.
Okay.
Yeah, but make sure you're ready for Underdog.
Mhm.
Again, we're going to share our screen. We're going to go through a draft, kind of talk through our picks a little bit, talk about some of the other stuff going off the board. I hope you're ready. You haven't done one this year.
I did one last year and I made money, so I'm fine.
Well, I know that, but you haven't. I've done a couple this year because I've done the whole thing where we're in a different state. I sign up for a slow draft and then I can still draft in Iowa.
Like you made it sound like I'm not prepared or I
I
can't handle
didn't mean
this.
you weren't prepared. Just your first
Do this
draft
in my sleep,
every year.
Justin.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
One before we jump in, we are having old fashioned.
Look at these glasses.
I did want to point this out. This is really cool. So they say keeper's heart,
Here,
and we
let's
are
clink it in the
drinking.
mic. Clink.
We are drinking their ready to drink, which we just got a new bottle because we have finished our other bottle. I know last week was kind of like a keeper's heart whiskey week on our show. Well, we're keeping
of
it
course
going.
Today is. We were
And
just there.
Absolutely. We also,
Oh yeah.
this is a newer one that we have not tried. It is finished in.
Yes, we have. We tried it at the
We
gift
had
shop.
not tried
We had
on our
not
show.
tried, yes.
We will do a full review of this in the coming weeks, but it is their Irish American finished in orange sherry casks. And
Very good.
not to give too much away for when we review it, but they take orange peels and they fill these sherry casks with them and let them like age and sit there.
But-
and then they put the whiskey in.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
It is amazing. By the way, shout out to my parents who are watching our dog and cat right
Mhm.
now. And they're at our house. They drove to our house because that was just the easiest thing for us anyways. Probably not
Yes.
the easiest thing for them. So thank you for doing that. But They said they're going home before we get home tomorrow. And I mentioned this to
We
you.
don't even have an ETA for going home.
I
but-
mentioned this to you on the way home from the distillery, and you said they need to live a little. They need to stick around and have
They
dinner
live.
with us.
I said you only live once.
Oh, yeah. You only live once, guys.
I pulled a YOLO.
YOLO. Stick around, have dinner for us, because
Have dinner for us.
or with us, because we might have got you something. Maybe if you stick around, there might be something for
We
you.
haven't even heard about their trip. They recently went on a trip where they went to
They went-
Driftless Glen
And
and
Keepers Heart.
Keepers.
Yeah,
We'd love to hear about that.
it
their
is.
trip there.
It is fun that they go on trips based on some of the podcasts or some of the distillers we've had on.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool.
Jamie checking in.
yeah.
Hey, Jamie. Good evening. It's good afternoon from us, so you must be.
It's
East
kind
Coast.
of
It's not
evening.
evening.
Late afternoon.
No, this is technically late afternoon.
Yeah, Jamie, what time zone are you in? It's
He's in
4:18 here.
Eastern.
Eastern.
You don't say
Miranda
good
is
evening
guessing.
at 4 p.m. in the afternoon because it's afternoon.
Well, anyways, Jamie, if you're in a state that has Underdog, we're going to be doing a live Underdog draft. So basically, I'm going to kind of enter an Underdog draft. If it works out all right, you're going to enter it as well. If it
Yes.
says like there's more than 5 or 6 that we're waiting for, you're going to enter it as well. But if you're listening and you can draft as well, it'll be a lot of fun. The more people that can jump on, the better. Just recapping our trip to Keeper's Heart, which is a lot of fun. But before we continue doing that, I mean, let's talk about Underdog a little bit because it's not
Let's
just
do it.
drafts.
No, and for those who didn't know, we are brought to you by Underdog. And their pick 8 is now live. So you can create entries with up to 8 picks, and Underdog will automatically we're getting the visuals.
Sorry, I didn't get the visuals
You
up there. My
cut me
bad.
off
I
here,
know.
interrupted
Sorry.
me. So you can create, like I was saying, you can create your entries. I was talking to America. You can create entries with up to 8 picks, and Underdog will automatically double flex entries so that you can miss up to 2 picks and still win your entry. Who doesn't love that? I like some security there, and that sounds like it to me. With more picks to make and extra ways to win, the excitement is higher than ever. And the best part is that you can win up to 325 times your original amount. You can now use specials and boosts on all flex entries, and don't miss your chance to try it out before it's gone.
Yeah, and we've been from our socials. I've been putting out some
Mhm.
CFL ones. There was a WNBA one involved in the. I went and got Miranda coffee as she was getting ready this morning. I got myself coffee too, but I went and got us coffee, and I did a little Underdog fantasy social on the way back, giving out some picks, which included Caitlin Clark. They had a special over half a point. Yeah, I think she's scoring over half a point.
Mhm.
But just yeah, I do think actually every now and then. Just go over to Underdog and sign up with promo code OFFSGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. Underdog Fantasy promo code OFFSGPN. All right, we are back. You mentioned that you can double flex your entry.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I was doing when I put the barrel in the car by myself. I was double flexed. Yeah, I was double
the
flexing.
entry of the barrel.
Yes, I did. Took both flexes, a flex on both arms. But yeah.
I think I might have offended my husband when I said, "Oh, they brought the muscle out." I'm so sorry, Justin. I will never doubt you again. I know you have muscle.
It reminds me of Breaking Bad. Remember, there's that scene where he's like, somebody knocks on the door or somebody answers the door on the knock and they get killed. And you think of me? No, I am the one who knocks. So it makes me think you're like, they brought the muscle. No, I am the muscle. Shout out to Charles. UFL, Jeff sucks. Still 100% agree. And Jamie's Eastern. Sucks that he can't do pick'ems in Ohio. Yeah, that is. We were in Ohio for the Fantasy Football Expo. And I tried to get down on some Underdog fantasy pick'ems and learned that I cannot. So I don't think we're going to make it this year, sadly.
I know. We've got stuff planned though.
Yeah.
We will make up for
it. We'll make up for it. Should we jump into did you have anything else you wanted to add on Keeper's Heart?
No, it was an awesome experience. If you can get to the Minneapolis area, you have to go to the O'Shaughnessy Distillery and go to Keeper's Heart. It's just a wonderful experience. Do the tour. It's really cool and it's a great learning experience. I always like learning about all of the the science behind the distilling and their processes. Get out of here, Justin. And just everything, every part of the distillery is so well thought out. It's beautiful. You just want to stay there. You want to look around. You want to stay there. You want to just be. It's like the vibe there. There's a vibe.
Yeah.
And everyone's so friendly and nice. And
for fuck's sake, if you're in Minnesota and you're in Minneapolis tonight, we're going to be back there at 7:15 Central. So come join us. First person that comes up to us and says, "Hey, aren't you Old Fashioned Football?" We're buying them a drink. Just putting that out there. First person that does. Which draft are you doing? We're going to do the Best Ball Mania 5. It is the, I put my pinky out. It's the $25 one. So they do have some. Do they still have the, you're on it right now, the $5? The puppy.
The puppy too.
They still have the puppy. I got in a $7 draft. They used to have the Chihuahua, which was $3. I think that got maxed out. Yeah, the little Chihuahua. But Miranda, let me share my screen here. I'm going to enter a draft. I'll let you know.
What one are we doing? We're doing the Best Ball Mania 5.
Yes. Which is where? Oh, nope.
We're not doing a $500 entry.
Nope.
Let's get this correct.
Okay. Best Ball Mania 5. I'm going to enter it. And if it looks like there's not too many people in it and then you have time to get in, I'll tell you to enter. Sound good?
Okay.
And if you're following along, try to enter if I let you know. If not, I'm going to back out and we'll get a different one. Okay. So let me enter now. And let's see. Yeah, you could, waiting for 5 people. So go ahead. We got 5 people left to fill.
I'm entering.
Waiting for 4 people. You must be in.
I'm in.
She is in. I was going to see if maybe I can share my screen here, but draft on my phone. Jamie, I'm not that rich for the Mania. Must be nice to be high class. I'll tell you what, though. We got free money from Underdog at some point. They added credits.
I'm still going off of my free money.
Yeah.
I did well.
Because you use promo code OFFSGPN. You got money from that, right?
Yes.
And
then
so you're still on that.
I won in a draft last year. So I only put in my original. I'm just riding off of that.
Just riding off of that.
Off of the winnings.
I mean, why not, right? Real quick, because this is about to fill. It looks like there's 11 of 12. I just wanted to let you know that we're brought to you by Rhythm. And if you're betting on player props, then you need to download Rhythm. Rhythm is the go-to sports tool that transforms complex data into actionable insights, empowering bettors with smarter data-driven decisions. Unlike other platforms, Rhythm combines, I can't talk today, advanced predictive analytics with an intuitive user experience, making betting both easy and enjoyable. Their predictive models were born from the brains of MIT data scientists, talk about nerds, and quants. I took quantitative decision making twice, and not because it was fun, but because it was hard. You got to be smart to pass that. With over 3 years of data that help drive you to better AI-backed betting decisions. Plus, it's never too early to start your NFL projections. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All righty. Draft is starting in 17 seconds. Miranda, you've drafted before. Do you like stacking quarterback and wide receivers? Is that, or do you just kind of go for best available?
Both. I stack if I can. I think last year when I did really well, I had some stack. Like I stacked. And then with my backup quarterback, I stacked wide receiver. I double stacked.
Now it looks like you're the 8th pick. You were the 8th pick. I am the 10th. So you're going to be sniping me. I like to stack. I like to stack as well. Let me change this on the screen so that it's showing ADP rather than projected points.
CMC.
I have done one where I got CMC. I've never had the first pick in a draft until now, but I did have one with CMC. So first pick was CMC, and then Bijan Robinson went off the board. That makes sense to me. I mean, those are probably going to be the 2 guys always. CeeDee Lamb follows. That makes sense. Tyreek Hill 4th. We're just going to kind of walk through this as it's going. No surprises so far. I'm waiting for the first surprise. The guy that drafts, I don't know, like his favorite team, just
drafts
because
the
it's
tight
favorite
end.
drafts a tight end.
Because
Well,
I've done that.
I picked from the 1-1. Jamar Chase went 5th. I picked
Mhm.
from the 1-1 and I got CMC.
Jamar
And
Chase going before. I don't know, Justin Jefferson.
nobody believes that he can succeed as well with either Sam Darnold.
Oh, there he goes.
He just went at 6. That's a steal at 6.
Oh,
Who went?
Amon
Oh, you're
Ra.
on the clock. Amon-Ra St. Brown went, and now you're on the
am.
clock.
Okay.
You don't have a lot of time.
I don't.
18 seconds.
How do I?
17 seconds.
I'm drafting.
And you went with
Puka.
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 Interesting choice. I like it. Obviously very good. So, I was going to say, so it looks like I was going to get Brees Hall, but he
He just
didn't.
went.
Yeah, he did go.
See,
So I've
I
got
was looking at Brees Hall, but
I've got AJ Brown, I've got Garrett
Ooh.
Wilson, Jameer Gibbs, Marvin Harrison, Drake London, Jonathan Taylor. I usually go wide receiver first, but I'm not crazy about those wide receivers right there. So
are
I'm
you
gonna
taking Gibbs?
zig a little bit. No, I'm gonna go Jonathan Taylor.
Ooh, okay, I'm fine with that. You take him.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back around to me.
Jamie asking some of my favorite late round last picks, round 16 to 18. Lob, Dylan Lob, I think that's how you say it. From the Raiders. I've been drafting him in most drafts. Garrett Wilson went next, and then it was AJ Brown. Jameer Gibbs just went at the 2-1 spot. So first pick of the second round. Now it's coming back to me. I'm going to need a wide receiver. My options are Marvin Harrison, Drake London. That's perfect. I didn't want him.
Are you taking Drake?
Drake or Chris Olave is what I'm stuck behind. Or, you know what? Let's get weird with this draft. I'm going to drop down a little bit and take Nico Collins.
Oh, okay. There he goes.
Light mode is against the Geneva Convention on Torture, Alex says. I don't know how to change it. I'll be honest. How do I change my mode?
Mine is in dark mode on my phone. So just so you know, this is a
There we
user
go.
error.
There we go. Is that better for you?
It looks much more appealing. This is what happens.
Oh, you're on the clock.
I'm on the clock.
12 seconds.
Shit.
Pay attention.
Okay. Hold on.
8, 7, 6, 5. Who'd you go with? Talk about Saquon.
I was waiting for you to see.
Going to be behind the best offensive line that he's been in ever, and the best team probably. I like that pick. I'm out on most Eagles, but I am in on Saquon.
And if you're thinking because I know we've talked some crap about Hurts and stuff, but if you're thinking that they're going to regress there, wouldn't they need to up their run?
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I agree with you either way, but I think that Saquon is going to do well.
Alex, I hope we get a subscribe now that I switched to dark mode.
It's much more physically appealing, and this is what happens when I leave him to the details.
I'm complying with the Geneva Convention now. So real quick, just after Saquon, Debo, Chris Olave, who I thought about, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Brandon Ayuk went. We got a while now. You got 9 picks. I have 11. Love is one of Jamie's favorite last rounds. Also likes Roshan in the 17th. As a Bears fan, I just think Roshan's a bust. I don't think they ever should have drafted him. I don't think he's going to amount to much, to be honest.
No.
I hate to say that since you've been drafting him. I'm not wishing you ill at all. But
You've been saying a lot of negative comments about people and players lately, Justin.
It
makes me question your intentions.
Roshan's just not my dude. You're up in 7. I have a feeling who you're going to pick, but we'll see. After Jalen Waddle, Brandon Ayuk, DK Metcalf, Devon Chan.
You have a feeling who I'm going to pick when I have it. I do. I know who I'm picking.
You know who you're picking if he's there. It's a tight end, isn't it? Is it a tight end? If
anyone's in this draft with us, you're trying to get me sniped.
Well, if you're in this draft, let me know.
Yeah, please comment in the chat.
At the 3-1, Mike Evans went. This was the 5th fantasy football receiver last year. So that is a steal if he can get close to that. And then Isaiah Pacheco. And then Devonta Smith.
I just want to say, Laporta has been drafted later. He hasn't been going as the tight end 1 on average.
On average, he is going as tight end 1 on best ball.
Oh, on best ball?
Yes.
We were looking at
yes.
drafts.
On best ball, he's been tight end 1.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
He's been drafted around 34. When your pick gets there, it's 32. So you're right around ADP. Malik Neighbors just went at pick 28, 3-4. That's pretty interesting.
I'm getting nervous because I see Laporta creeping up, and I need him.
I think Malik's a bust. You're crazy. Did you watch him in college? He put the exact same numbers as Bashan, and he put Brooke. I get that, but Texas has the best offensive line in college football. So I think that's part of why he was so good. I don't think he's going to I just don't think he's translating to the pros. There's a reason he rarely saw the field unless they were way behind, in my opinion. Zay Flowers went right after Malik Neighbors. I'd rather have Zay Flowers. 4th in yards after contact per touch. I get it. But most of the time he got in the game for the Bears, it was garbage time, which the Bears had a lot of, unfortunately.
Derrick Henry just went off the board.
Ooh, what is so you're on the clock.
And Cooper Kupp went. I'm taking my guy now.
Sam Laporta, I'm not surprised. I've got a running back and a wide receiver. I'm eyeing a wide receiver. Oh, I'm on the clock. This is an easy decision for me. Michael Pittman. I already said on our AFC South preview that I think he's a top 12. Even he might even be a top 10 for me. Anthony Richardson, healthy or not, I like Michael Pittman. So I took Michael Pittman.
Diggs just went.
I still think he's a bust this year. I think he's too much drama. There's a lot of mouths to feed there as well. So my team so far, running back Jonathan Taylor, and then I've got Nico and Pittman. I like it so far.
Do you know?
Yeah. No, do you plan on waiting? I know you don't want to give too much away. But do you plan on waiting for quarterback?
It depends. It really depends. Well,
depends who falls to you.
I need to wait. So I never do like wide receiver, running back, tight end like that. But I always draft I gotta have a top tight end, or I'm not happy with my draft.
Yeah.
I've got Sam Laporta. Now I need to. I don't know. So I've got Puka, Saquon, and Sam Laporta. Right.
I did just realize Michael Pittman might be tight end 1 this year. Do you know why? Because I took him with pick 34, and 34 is my lucky number. He might be tight end 1 this year, or wide receiver 1 this year.
I was going to say tight end 1. Yeah. He's not.
He's tight end 1. They're converting him.
I was really.
I'm up in a pick here. Oh, man. My options right now, we don't know who Jaboingo is going to take. Oh, Jaboingo just went. He took kind of who I was eyeing, T. Higgins. I've got Kyron Williams, Josh Allen, Travis Kelce, George Pickens, Amari Cooper, Travis Etienne, Christian Kirk, Lamar Jackson, Trey McBride. I know who I'm going. And it's not Travis Kelce, but I am taking a tight end, Trey McBride. I think he finishes better than Travis Kelce this year. I know that offends you.
I might do something really freaking crazy, but it's fine.
Do it. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the crazy ones are the ones that win the money.
Oh, it's me. I'm freaking doing it.
She's taking Josh Allen. Nope. Travis, you got 2 tight ends.
If they're the number 1 and 2, you absolutely can. I will flex a tight end.
You can't flex. It's best ball.
Oh, you can't.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
I think he does. Flex,
doesn't
though.
there? Yeah. Best available. Your top 2, like Laporta, and I know Kelce was a little bit lower. Huh?
Jamie pointing out you do like to blow your wad on top tight end.
I have a tight end problem.
Alex saying Kyron in the 4th is insane. See, I disagree because I think Blake Corum's going to eat into his workload a lot. He's not going to be able to sustain. I know I said it all last year that he can't sustain getting so many touchdowns. I know he sustained it last year, but I think he does not this year.
I love
it. Still is good value, though. I will give you that.
I'm like, I like my team right now.
You like your team. Who's your team? Can you read it out?
How do I get back to my draft?
Go to active. That's quick clicking things.
I'm sorry.
Who's your team right now? Since you got 9 picks.
I've got Puka, Saquon, Laporta, and Kelce.
That is pretty sexy team so far.
It's making me hot and bothered.
Wow. Podcast is ending early now. I'm sorry for my parents who are tuning in. But we got to go. No, I'm just kidding. I'm up in 10 picks. I see a quarterback on the board who is a stack. I'm hoping he falls to me. Don't take him. Don't be a dick and take him. I just realized I shouldn't say that because you're in front of me.
Snipe.
Actually, your stack with Patrick Mahomes is still available.
I know. I could do that. They're building a dynasty.
They've built a dynasty.
Dynasty. They're still going.
Sorry, Mom.
TMI.
Thanks. And thanks for watching the fur babies.
Mhm.
And stick around for dinner because you might we might accidentally. I'm not saying your gift is liquid, but if it is, we might accidentally drink it before we give it to you if you don't stick
my
around.
gosh.
So there is that. You're up in 5 picks.
I am.
Okay. Patrick Mahomes still there.
He's not going to be available in 5 picks.
Let's just go since I took since you took Travis Kelce, because I took Trey McBride, then Josh Allen went, then you took Travis Kelce,
Mhm.
and then it was Kyron Williams at the 4-6, which Alex was pointing out, which was kind of good value there. I do agree, regardless of how I feel about him,
Mhm.
that's good value. Then Amari Cooper, Lamar Jackson, Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, George Pickens, Terry McLaurin, Mark Andrews at the 5-1, so pick 49, Josh Jacobs, Hollywood Brown, and now Splash City sitting with 6 or 3 seconds.
Ooh, taken.
Who did you take?
Reed.
Jaden Reed from the Packers. And then Keenan Allen went. Our boy.
See, I wondered if Keenan Allen was going to be there,
From
but I don't
Chicago.
know. I love Keenan Allen, but I just don't know what our offense is going to do.
The
There's so
distribution.
many weapons
Oh,
right now.
I know who you're taking next. Kyle Pitts, right?
No. And you can't
Where's
call
your
me
Pitts passion?
Pitts. You take Kyle Pitts. Take him. He's yours.
Calvin
I'm not
Ridley just
competing.
went after Keenan Allen, and then it was Dalton Kincaid. Now you're on the clock.
Do I take my guy or do I stack?
That's your call, but you don't have a lot of time to decide. Your guy being CJ Stroud, I imagine.
Yes. Oh my god.
Stack for your second tight end. Not that important.
stacking.
Okay.
I went against what I wanted.
There he went. Patrick Mahomes off the board. After that, it was Xavier Worthy. You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking the injury prone guy.
Anthony Richardson
To stack with Michael Pittman. Let's go. If we accidentally drink their gift, in that case, I'll take the Naranja back home with us. And maybe something from your inventory. I guess I shouldn't make threats when they're
We
sitting at
shouldn't.
home
They're
with all our
our
whiskey
whiskey.
inventory.
The Weller is going to be gone. Ocean's Age at Sea, Voyage 23.
Miranda does have certain whiskeys that she keeps in her office, Weller being one of them. What else do you have in there?
I have Blanton's, but I'm not impressed with Blanton's. We should
Well,
probably, I don't know if we need to do that on the show.
Blanton's is okay.
I got a
But
deal
for the
on it.
price, yeah.
I
For
got
the
a
price you
deal on
normally have to
Blanton's.
pay.
A huge deal.
Yeah,
Perks of living in a small town.
right. After I took Anthony Richardson, your guy CJ Stroud went, and Chris
Mhm.
Godwin ended the 5th round. Early 6th round with Chad White. Now we're waiting for Jaboingo,
Jaboingo.
who took
Kyle Pitts.
Pitts passion.
It's off the board.
Let's
Thank
go.
God.
Kyle Pitts. Gonna have a great year.
No.
Oh,
and
it's me.
He's overrated. Oh, you were a pick
Um,
away from Pitts, honey.
Oh man. I'm gonna go wide receiver. This is gonna be a home. No. I'm not taking the homer pick. I almost took Roma Dunze as the homer pick. Instead, I'm gonna go with the guy that I've been touting, Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's gonna have a really good season with Trevor
Mhm.
Lawrence thrown to him. Jordan Addison, I bypassed him. I won't talk for a second because it's your pick.
Yeah.
20 seconds on the clock. You have 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends. You went running back. Interesting. James Cook.
Mhm.
I was going to say Jordan Addison. Do you know 7 of his, I think,
You're just gonna glaze over my pick.
well, we can go back to it. 7 of his 9 touchdowns were when Kirk Cousins were healthy.
Yes.
So I'm concerned about him and how high he's going.
Justin Jefferson did well no matter who was throwing, and we
Right.
know that the Vikings went through their slew of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
and it didn't impact.
I don't
his
know
production.
if Jordan Addison is as quarterback proof like that.
Mhm.
So I worry about him this year. He's being drafted a little bit high. Talk about James Cook. Why'd you decide to go with him? Is it just the Bills' potent offense? Everybody says they're taking a step back. I disagree. but-
I don't think they are. I think it's still a high-powered offense, and I feel like I felt good with taking him there.
Yeah. Better than Joe Mixon, obviously, who is now with Houston.
Mhm.
Be interesting to see what happens there. George
Yeah.
Kittle went off the board right after
And
that.
see, like,
You didn't need another tight end.
no, I didn't. And I don't need George Kittle because I think Kittle coming from tight end university, I But he has been like, how long is he going to stay fantasy relevant? And
Yeah.
we did see him fall a little last year.
Yeah.
And we have young blood coming in from tight end U.
Yeah. Young
Take
blood.
the tight end one spot last year. So
Alex pointing out, interesting start for you, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, not enough receiver. Power given 3 wide receiver spots to fill. That's true. But I mean, I'm assuming you feel confident that you can get that depth later on.
Absolutely. There's depth there. I'm not worried about it. I have a weak spot.
She loves her tight ends.
I prioritize tight ends because it's a position that after you could arguably after the 4th ranked tight end, it's not going to impact you enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you get somebody in the top 4, I got 2 of them because I think that Kelsey's going to have a good year. Yes.
He's not going to be top 4.
It's probably going to be, he's running towards the end of his career.
He said to run until he's dead. Some do hero RB and others do hero wide receiver. Yeah. And 0 RB. You do hero tight end.
Hero tight end for the win. My best seasons have been when I have
we will need to track this on throughout the pod, throughout the year, see how we're sitting.
I have no regrets. Judge me how you want. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Not even one letter. After you took James Cook though, Joe Mixon, George Kittle, Alvin Kamara, switched on me.
Back to me.
DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, then Jordan Addison. Sorry, Ryan, who then took Christian Watson. Then Ramondre Stevenson went off the board. Deontay Johnson, Carolina, gross. David Montgomery, Rashee Rice. Oh, you're on.
I am.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Lad McConkey, Javonte Williams.
I'm going Keon.
Oh man, taking the guy who taught me about coat sales. That's kind of sniping him from me though. I'm a big Keon Coleman fan, as you probably know. I'm on the clock. I had 3 wide receivers.
Look at all these running backs coming up.
And that's what I'm going to add. I'm going to go with, I like Aaron Jones, but a little bit older. I think the Steelers really worked at beefing up their offensive line. They got some big boys there. I know Jaylen Warren's going to eat into his workload, but I mean, I like Najee Harris this year. I'm prepared to get hurt again if I'm wrong there. Jamie saying, who was a good quarterback in high school, who's really good running back when he gets the opportunity, Roschon Johnson. The good thing is, Jamie, if you get into our listener league, you can have Roschon. I'm not spending auction money on him. That's for sure. We will have another listener league, by the way. I know we had one last year, sponsored by Keeper's Heart. We're going to have another one this year. So
working on our sponsor.
Yep. Well, we probably should have talked to him today, but it's all right.
I think, yeah. And we might do a pirate listener league.
I think that'd be good.
I would love to.
We need to research if there's any pirate themed whiskey. That would be a fun prize for that, wouldn't it? I know pirate and rum, I know that. There's got to be something though. There's got to be something out there. We'll figure it out. I'm up in 2 picks. Josiah says a pirate league. Yeah, if you haven't heard of a pirate league, if you win that week,
you get to steal a player that the team you just beat, that somebody they started against you.
Yes.
And it's intense.
That's
you might cry when I beat you.
That's sex while camping.
What?
Intense. It's intense.
Yeah.
I'm on the clock. I'm thinking.
You're on the clock.
I'm thinking, you know what? I said I was going to get weird with this draft. So let's go a little Rashid Shaheed. I think he's got that big playability. And I think he's going to be the RB2 in that offense. So why not? Let's go Rashid Shaheed, somebody that might get us some big 20-point weeks,
Mm-hmm.
You're on the clock now.
I know.
You have 16 seconds. Are you taking another tight end?
No.
You probably need a wide receiver.
I went wide receiver.
You took
Khalil.
I like that. I think he, he's been in the Buffalo offense for a while. And
I have, judge me all you want. But I took Keon Coleman and Khalil.
Ooh, so you're and James Cook. You're really buying into the
I
Buffalo
guess I
offense.
am.
Now you should have probably taken Josh Allen, but he went before Patrick Mahomes.
he did. So I got my stack there, but yeah, we'll see.
Josiah thinks the Pirate League sounds fun. Stay tuned for details on if we're able to do a listener league. I say we just do it.
You have to wear an eye patch. We should make
Yeah,
our,
Alex said I thought you would have to wear an eye patch if you lose. We could add
we
that.
could totally do that. Like the loser, the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Whoever wins the toilet bowl, they have to wear like an eye patch every time they.
No, they have to go to what's the IHOP challenge? You have to go to IHOP for 24 hours. Every pancake you eat subtracts an hour. They have to do that, but with an eye patch. Check out Cody Zeeb's article of fantasy football punishments. That was one of them, I believe.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Let's catch up since you picked. This changes on me a lot. You took Khalil Shakir, then Aaron Jones went, then Jake Ferguson, David Njoku, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, Pat Freiermuth, the tight end and quarterback run, obviously. Joe Burrow, then after that. Jack's Pirate Whiskey brand. There you go. Jamie coming through. We'll have to look them up and see if they are interested in
where are they
sponsoring them.
located?
Jaden Daniels just went at pick 97, the first round of the night, or the first pick of the 9th round.
We're in the 9th round already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah, 9-1 just went off the board. We got 100% on it.
I have 8 players.
You must. You're up in 4 picks, so pay attention. Miranda's been hitting the whiskey today.
Do you know how much whiskey you drink in a whiskey blending class?
And we didn't really, I know
we had no lunch.
At least 100 milliliters in just our blends. And then we tried each one before that. Yes. And then, then we got some samples at the gift shop.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. If you go into the Keeper's Heart gift shop, you can try anything they're selling on the shelves in there.
Yeah.
We tried stuff.
We did. Jefferson's Ocean Aged at Sea as a prize. That's not a bad idea.
Oh, look at
Pirates roam the high seas and like to pillage whiskey, or we get Grace O'Malley if we can get that shipped to the States. The Pirate Queen, Grace O'Malley, and I'm a big fan of that Irish whiskey.
Oh my gosh, I'm on the clock.
You only have 10 seconds left too. What are you fucking around for? Gosh, dang it.
Oh my gosh, 7 seconds. I don't like this pick. No, I don't like that pick.
3, 2.
I can't do it.
3. Tyler Lockett. How do you feel about that pick? They're moving him back to the slot, and I think he's going to have a better year than last year.
I do, but I don't like that pick.
I'm going to be on the clock. That was
kind of a panic pick. I was a little bit indecision there.
A little bit.
But I did not want to take.
So I'm on the clock now.
I did not want to take Romeo. Why didn't I take? I do think Jordan Love is going to have a good year.
I'm trying to decide if I want Brian Robinson or Tajay Spears. I love Brian Robinson.
Robinson?
Tajay Robinson. I love Brian Robinson. I do think Eckler will eat into his workload a little bit, but you know what? We're taking it anyways. Brian Robinson, I think he's a dog. As long as he doesn't get shot again. He didn't shoot himself. So yeah, you're up in 2 picks?
I am.
6 picks.
6.
I'm up in 4. So my team so far: Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, Nico Collins, Michael Pittman, Brian Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, and Trey McBride. I like it.
My team: Puka, Saquon, Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, James Cook, Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and Tyler Lockett.
Loading up on Buffalo.
I don't feel confident in the Tyler Lockett pick. I panic picked. I didn't want who it was going to automatically draft me.
That's all right. I'm looking at stuff right now, and instead of Brian Robinson, I should have taken Rome Odunze, and I think Caleb Williams will be available in 2 picks when I'm there. I could have had a stack there.
Get my head in the game more. I got distracted there from our conversation and was not planning my next pick.
She's always making excuses, folks. And silence. I'm up in 2 picks. So the top ones available right now: Trey Benson, Joshua Palmer, Caleb Williams, Javonte Williams, Tajay Spears, Brock Purdy, Mike Williams, Dallas Goedert, Adonai Mitchell, and Trevor Lawrence. You know what? I know what I'm doing here.
Don't do it.
If he's there. You don't even know what I'm doing. It's if he's there. One pick left. After I took Brian Robinson, Devin Singletary, Romeo Dobbs, and Benson went. Trey Benson of Arizona, who is the backup right now to James Conner. We'll see what happens. Jaboingo on the clock. He's at 3-2-1. He took a running back. Went with Tajay Spears.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I have Anthony Richardson. I have Michael Pittman, but what if that rookie makes a little bit of noise? He might. So let's go with Adonai Mitchell, who's looked good at OTAs.
Colts.
Yeah. I'm stacking up Colts, apparently. I have Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor. I forgot that I have him. Michael Pittman, and Adonai Mitchell.
Finishing third in their division.
But I do think fantasy football-wise, they're going to be all right. It's a tough division.
Oh, my God. I'm on the clock again. I had my pick, though.
This is the true form of fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Right after I took Adonai, Caleb Williams went. So you took Brock Purdy.
And I did want
like
him. Mm-hmm. Brock Hard Purdy.
Yeah, if you don't have a Brock Hard Purdy shirt, make sure you go to the sgpn.com/merch. Get yourself a Brock Hard Purdy shirt. After him, Joshua Palmer went.
Do you like bottled ranch or what?
Marks, do you like bottled ranch or homemade restaurant ranch?
Just homemade ranch. If you're not making your ranch, you're doing it wrong.
I'm saying this is live on the pod. Homemade restaurant ranch.
Well, just homemade ranch. My homemade ranch.
Oh.
Just, yes. Homemade ranch.
Live on the pod.
Random text.
Shout out
from
to Haley and Josh.
Josh.
Josh is a big whiskey fan, so we'll allow it. But anyways, back to the draft. You took Brock Purdy, then Joshua Palmer, Javonte Williams, Dalton Schultz, Blake Corum going at 117. That's the 10th round, the end of the 10th round. I really like Blake Corum. I think that's a good pick. Dallas Goedert went.
I got to get my hands on some of these rookies.
Yeah, you do. You don't have a ton of picks. It's 18 rounds. We're in 11.
How are we in the 11th round?
Because there's only 60 seconds. Jamie, have a good rest of the night. He's got to hop off. Cheers to
Thank
you.
Yep. Cheers. Thanks for joining us. We love having you join us.
Absolutely. We follow him on the X. We need to have him on one of our roundtables.
Roundtables?
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. Jamie, you got to come on to one of our roundtables. We'll reach out to you about that, or reach out to us either way. All right. After, who's the last one? Dallas Goedert. Trevor Lawrence went at the end of the 10th. I think that's actually a really good value. Gus Edwards went as the last pick of the 10th round. First pick of the 11th round, Jerome Ford. He's going to start as the Cleveland Browns running back. He's going to meet a lady friend. Jamie is. Hoping to blow his wad on a tight end. Well, good luck to you, sir. Inappropriate. Good luck. Consensual tight end wad blowing is highly.
I think that's called something else, but we'll go with
it. We'll go with it. All right. Jerome Ford, Gabe Davis, Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler at the beginning of the 11th. Third pick of the 11th round. How do you feel about that? Then it was Tua Tagovailoa, by the way.
Hold on. I gotta get my head. I have a pick in 3. And
speaking of Tua Tagovailoa, we said we were just a keeper's heart. Kate Douglas, the distiller there, is a Dolphins fan. Tua Tagovailoa fan. So shout out to Tua. After Tua, Kendre Miller went. You're up in 3 picks. 2 picks. Who are you thinking of going with?
I'm really looking at wide receiver, but I don't know. Maybe Chase Brown.
You have 4 wide receivers.
I do.
There went Chase Brown. That's a running back. You're like, I'm looking at wide receivers.
Or maybe Chase Brown.
Oh, or you're up.
I'm going to do this.
What are we doing? Took Zeke. I did. Sneaky Zeke. I do
Sneaky
think he
Zeke.
has some sneaky value.
I do, and
It's me now.
he's going back.
Dontavian Wicks went after that. Alex saying you need some wide receivers. I've
Hey?
got 5 of them.
I need receivers.
That's what he's saying.
Yes, I know, but that doesn't mean I felt like I needed to take.
Oh man, 9
receiver.
seconds. You know what?
I do have receivers. I have 3 running
Let's
backs.
fuck it. Why not? Whoever pops
who'd you
off
do?
for Indy each week, I've got
Josh-
him. I went with
Oh
Josh
my
Downs.
God, you just drafted the whole Colts offense. Who? Ew.
What?
I don't like
Come
it.
on.
I don't like it.
You know what? If the Colts pop off, I'm sitting good.
We should take bets on the Colts popping off.
Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. I'm trying to think of who else might want to draft here.
I know.
I know who I'm going with.
Get out.
I'm sure we're
kidding.
targeting somebody else because you have plenty of tight ends.
I'm not taking a tight end.
After I took Josh Downs, Brandon Cooks went.
Mhm.
Now Sean H, which is not Sean Stacking the Money Green, is on the clock for 2 picks.
Oh, there went Mike Williams.
Mike Williams. I'm interested to see what he does with the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of talent. He's just injured a lot.
Yes.
But at the end of the 11th round, if you believe in Aaron Rodgers, which I do not, but if you do, Mike Williams at the 11th round is a good pick. Sean, your back-to-back picks, you're taking a long time here. He had to dive that deep for
Okay.
Ricky Pearsall. Did you think
Pearsall.
your guy went?
No, don't look at my queue. Don't do that.
I can't see your phone very well.
Okay.
You don't have a queue.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I'm tired of it's my pick and
if
I'm
you pick
panicking.
him, you need to talk like him. Okay.
You're looking at my queue.
I just glanced and I saw who's on your queue. You're on the clock. Talk like him.
I'm not on the clock. You are on the
Oh,
clock.
I'm on the clock.
You better not. You just looked at my queue.
I'm going to take a guy who, yeah, Trey McBride's going to get me by, but maybe later in the year, TJ Hawkinson's going to pop off.
Okay.
And so I got
TJ
TJ
Hawkinson's
Hawkinson.
a good pick. That's a good pick. I like it.
You're on the clock.
I'm on the clock. All right. How do
Talk like him.
I can't do that.
And I was like, they were like, I'm going to pick you up in the morning and it'd be ready at 9. Oh, no, I was going to be ready.
All right.
Xavier Legette going off. Josiah heard that Aaron's going even more cuckoo. I heard that as well. It's not been confirmed, but I think he's on another ayahuasca retreat. So I think that's how you say it, right? Ayahuasca.
Is he doing another?
Not darkness, but he's doing the drug retreat where it really opens your mind. And
That
that drug.
Okay.
I believe that's
Do we
where
think
he's been.
he's going to last 30 seconds in the NFL?
Yeah, I think he'll last 2.5 games.
Okay.
But you know what? He's already rubbing his other Achilles. In practice, he was seen rubbing. And some people are like, oh, he's just got a blister on his heel. But he's very clearly, to me, looking at his Achilles.
How old is Aaron Rodgers?
Old as
Careful.
shit. Why careful? Because I'm old.
I don't know.
How old is
Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers? 40. I'm not 40
Okay,
yet.
you're not 40.
Yes.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was Tom Brady when he went out?
The drugs aren't doing
And Aaron
any
Rodgers
favors.
is no Tom Brady. But how old?
Brady was a little older, I believe. Yeah.
But he was like, he
stays in shape.
and he takes care of himself to where he de-ages himself.
He's doing face creams every day.
Face creams.
Yes, not facials, but face creams for
Yeah?
sure. Yeah.
Face creams. Doesn't he have a massage room in his house?
Yeah. It makes his kids open mouth kiss him for a long
Knock it
time
off. No.
while he's getting
Would
his
you stop
massage.
it?
Well, that's where he was with that whole video.
That wasn't a long time.
Well, it was like
Okay, can we just not talk about this? Continue. Get back to the thing.
what thing? Should we let's read off some picks.
Yeah, read them off.
All right.
Do your
So
job.
You got Xavier Legette. After that, Jalen Polk went. Then Jared Goff. Then Jerry Jeudy. Then Jahan Dotson. And then Rico Dowdle. Darnell Mooney, bust. Adam Thielen. It switched on me again. Hang on. Russell Wilson going in the 13th. Hunter Henry. Nick Chubb. Luke Musgrave. Jalen Wright. Burton Stafford. And now you're on the clock.
I am.
15 seconds.
Hold on. This is.
Keeper's Heart mentioned us in their story.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm doing it.
Come on now.
I need to take a wide receiver next. I can't take another running back. Slap me. Not really.
Tom, if you're watching, thank you for subscribing to our channel. I'm on the clock. I've got a lot of wide receivers, so let me look at the running backs real quick here. You know what? Hearing a lot of good things about Jaleel McLaughlin. I know everybody's like, well, Javonte Williams isn't even playing. Jaleel McLaughlin's stealing the job. I disagree with that, but I do think he's going to have a good part. So I took Jaleel McLaughlin because I needed a running back. So far, my team, Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, Jaleel McLaughlin. Then at wide receiver, we've got Nico Collins, Michael Pittman, Brian Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Adonai Mitchell, Josh Downs, then tight end, Trey McBride, TJ Hawkinson. Don't forget to go over to Underdog Fantasy, sign up using promo code OFFSGPN, $250 deposit bonus up to, depending what you decide to deposit. And you also get an instant pick'em special.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm about to be on the clock again.
In the 14th round. This is like, I don't want any of these.
Crunch
people.
time.
I know.
Crunch time. Oh, I know who I'm going. As long as he doesn't go on this next pick, which I doubt it, but so there's a guy, did he go? No. You know what? We talked about Rashad White.
Yes.
And how the Bucs were the worst team in the league in rushing yards per game. Even though Rashad White had a lot of fantasy points, they don't give a shit about fantasy points. Bucky Irving is going to take that job eventually. So I'm going to take Bucky Irving. And right after him, Cole Kmet went, the Bear. Now you're on the clock. Who are you thinking?
I'm kind of looking at.
We're getting in
Demario Douglas.
Nitty gritty here. I just read that
not want Demario.
Oh.
Wandale.
Oh, well, Demario Douglas. It was just said that he looked like the best player in the Patriots.
Really? Well,
training camp.
Maybe I will go him. I was between the two.
He had the most pop, apparently.
Somebody's got to on that offense. They've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I guess.
Alex agrees with me that Bucky Irving will take the rushing job. 100% agree. I'm not buying this for Rashad White. I know he was a top 10 running back in fantasy football, but the Bucs don't give a shit about the fantasy football.
This is my first draft
this year.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, aside from rookie drafts.
Yeah, true.
In our dynasties,
we do have some rookie drafts we've done.
Oh goodness, I need to look at my team again.
All right, you took Dom Douglas, then Tyler Algier went Deshaun Watson, Algier. Heard it both ways. How do you say it?
Algier.
You say Algier. All right.
I don't know.
Troy Franklin from Denver just went. I think he has a possibility of getting a good workload as far as targets share goes. Ray Davis from Buffalo just went. They're stealing your Buffalo players now. They're on to you.
They are.
Mekhi Corley went, he might finish better than Mike Williams. Even if Mike Williams doesn't get injured, Corley could finish better. After that, Wandale Robinson, the guy you were looking at, just went at 14.11. That's the 167th pick. We're at the end of the 14th round. One pick left, and then we've got 4 rounds left.
Mm-hmm.
How is your team looking? What do you need?
I've been 7 picks. Let me go back to my team.
I only have 1 QB. That bothers me.
I have 2, and I was looking at that because I want to have a third before we're done.
Yeah, I'm going to need to draft a third pretty soon here. But I think the guys I want are going to go towards the end. We'll see.
I'm looking.
You're looking. We shouldn't just leave silence.
No, I
so.
know. Sorry, this is so
Marvin-
intense. We're at the end.
Marvin Mims and Quentin
Yes.
Johnston went back to back. We're into the 15th round now. And you're up soon. Jalen Hyatt just went. Aaron Rodgers just went. The guy we were talking about, the cuckoo guy, who Josiah said heard Aaron's going even more cuckoo. He is always, every day. Luke McCaffrey just went off the board. Can Aaron Rodgers be the vice president of the United States and still play football? Because there was talk about,
There
you know,
was
him
that's
being.
not happening. That's not happening.
He might still run. You don't know.
No.
With how things are looking right now, he might. Alex says you don't need a third quarterback. I need at least a second one. Bucky is a Kyron clone.
What
Bucky
happens
hits.
if something happens?
What? You're on the clock.
Oh my god. Okay.
Bucky is a Kyron clone. Bucky hits the hole and understands leverage. I agree. Yeah, I think he's going to have a really good year.
I'm going too far down.
Sometimes you gotta.
I know. I don't like these guys. Shit.
You're running out of time.
I know. And it's gonna auto me. We are gonna
Don't get autoed.
I did. Fuck.
Oh man.
I can't. I don't like these wide receivers.
You got another tight end. You know what though?
Sinnott?
It was.
I was okay
I like
with
Ben
that.
Sinnott.
I actually was putting him in my queue for later.
Yeah, I do like Ben Sinnott. I think he's gonna have a really good year.
I must not have this filtered correctly. Is that why I'm having such a hard time here?
I don't know. I'm on the clock, so I got to look to see who I'm thinking about. I'm looking at wide receivers.
I need to look.
We're
at
scrolling because why not? You know what? Oh, get in there. There we go. That's what she said.
Who'd you take?
I took A.T. Perry.
A.T. Perry.
If Rashid Shaheed doesn't get the job done, A.T. Perry should. That was kind of my thought behind that.
Rashid did not get the job done last season.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's gonna have a good year. Don't you question him?
I was really big on him until he just. I think I get tainted when I have a really bad season with somebody.
Taint.
Stop it. What's wrong with you?
I am on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and just draft Derek Carr. It's a reach at this spot, but I want to make sure he's on my team because of the fact that I have Rashid Shaheed and A.T. Perry. I'm doing a little bit of a stack there. So Derek Carr is my second quarterback. Alex says you can't draft in case of injury. You want to be first or last. You'll have other teams with different quarterbacks that don't get hurt. That's true. So you don't need another quarterback is what he's saying. You're on the clock, though.
I know. Shh. You keep talking.
So you have 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 6
know.
wide
I'm
receivers,
looking
3
at
tight ends.
Jalen.
Just take somebody.
I'm
Don't
taking
get autoed
Jalen.
again. I like
Not
that
getting
pick.
autoed.
I think he's going to have success anyways. He's looked good in OTAs, but he'll really have success if Mike Evans or Chris Godwin get hurt. If one of them go down,
then he's
he's their guy.
Step up, and
yeah,
that's like at this stage, you're looking for like who's gonna
guys that might pop off. Yeah,
and then help you in this. You know.
Yeah, we got 2 picks left. 2 picks.
Looking for.
Got to start looking for.
Pop-offs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, got to start looking for sleepers at this point. I would feel like. Let's go back to when I took A.T. Perry. Then it was Tyler Conklin, Michael Wilson, Demaryius Robinson, Will Levis. Then I took Derek Carr. Then it was Tyrone Tracy that went to Rat Beer. Just noticed that name. Good old Rat Beer. And then Jalen McMillan by you. Braylon Allen went off the board, the running back for the Jets. And then Isaiah Likely for the Ravens, who, I mean, that's a good pick if Mark Andrews were to get hurt. That's a good pick. Now, AJ Squires is on the clock. He's running out of time. He or she.
It gets tricky at the end. It's like who are you grabbing?
It's a crapshoot at this round, and you're hoping for somebody that pops off that nobody expected to. You know, is yours frozen? Mine's frozen up, I think.
Wait, mine's frozen.
It shows AJ Squires
with 0 time.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
So it's not your computer because mine froze on my phone.
Yeah, something's definitely going on. Let's go to drafts. Active.
No, I don't want to be auto drafted.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. I went back
You
in.
got
I'm
it
up
back?
at 9. Yeah.
Yep. I went back as well. So I'm not sure what I'm thinking for my next pick.
I'm up before you. And
I know I got 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, wide receivers, or 7 wide receivers, and 2 tight ends. Probably thinking running back or tight end. Could go multiple ways there. I do have 2 picks left, so we'll see what's available. Don't forget, if you're on Underdog Fantasy, let's just poke around here a little bit. You got pick'ems as well. All sorts of different things. MLB, PGA, WNBA, FIFA, soccer, NHL, MMA, College World Series, tennis. There's CFL. Don't forget the CFL. We're releasing picks every week on the CFL. And man, this Cam Duke's higher than half a rushing touchdown. That is tempting. I like Kevin Brown higher than 55.5 rushing yards. And Rashid Bailey was really kind of his safety net. I don't know. You got DeVaris Daniels and DeMonte Coxey back, wide receivers for them. So Rashid Bailey might take a little step back, so maybe lowers the way to lean. They did talk about they want Kadeem Carey to stay involved in rushing and receiving. So maybe rushing, receiving touchdowns is a good bet there. But yeah, you got all sorts of pick'ems to go with. So make sure you check that out. Promo code OFFSGPN. You can see we have some pick'ems there. Look at this. This pick'em entry, I've hit 4 of them already. We need 4 to go for
Ooh, look at
182. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
Promo code OFFSGPN to get into these types of things. And we release them too. It's not like I'm just farting around on my own. I like to release those to all of you anyways.
I don't know if this guy is gonna. He might pop off. I don't like him, but I'm doing it because of my quarterback.
Taking Kadarius Toney. You do like Kansas City wide receivers.
I kind of went off of
Hang
that
on.
though because they do have way too many offensive weapons. Mahomes can make anything happen with anybody, and so for fantasy, it doesn't always pan out.
Yeah, keep talking while I'm looking.
But I took him because I'm just doing that stack.
All right,
I'm taking. Think that he's gonna. Obviously, that's just a backup.
I'm taking a guy who a lot of people might go, who? But I think he's going to end up being the wide receiver 2 in Dallas, and that's Ryan Flournoy. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, and I just decided to let's get funky with it, right? So I took him from Dallas. That's my first best ball share of him, so I'm excited to have that. Alex says this is a game of capital allocation similar to auction draft. The more you spend on a quarterback early in an auction, you need more low dollar at skill positions. Agreed. And rename your team as dead. I don't know if that's to you or me, but
as dead.
Yep.
I'm not.
Alex is not a fan of your team.
That's fine. You don't have to like my team.
I've got what, 1 pick left? Yeah, 1 pick left. So we both do. I know who I'm going, just for the fuck of it.
For the fuck of it?
Yeah, just for the fuck of it. The guy that is going to steal the starting job in Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson is not stealing or not going to keep that job.
I can't see him keeping that job.
And it's going to be Fields. And Fields had.
I guess what I need to say is I can't see Fields being in our QB2.
And even though he was injured part of last year, he had, what did we say, 2 top 5 finishes? Or was it 3? He had some top 5 finishes. His rushing ability is elite.
He does.
I'm going to add him as the last
ability. We definitely did
just
not
a fun
use him
play.
correctly. We didn't use him to.
He's got a lot to prove too, right?
Mhm.
There we go. My team is full. I'm going to read my team off. Quarterbacks, we got Anthony, you're on the clock. Anthony Richardson, Derek Carr, Justin Fields. Running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Brian Robinson, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Bucky Irving. Wide receiver, we got Nico Collins, Michael Pittman, Brian Thomas, Rashid Shaheed, Adonai Mitchell, Josh Downs, A.T. Perry, Ryan Flournoy, and then at tight end, Trey McBride and T.J. Hawkinson. I probably should have done more tight end depth. What do you got over
You
there?
did. TJ Hawkinson's going to do well for you.
Yeah.
At the QB position, I've got Pat Mahomes, Brock Purdy.
Hang on. Can I show you a different way to do this?
You can do that. Fine. I
There
was
you
just
go.
going off of the board.
I know. This is much easier.
This is much easier. If you can't tell, I haven't done a ton on Underdog because we live in Iowa.
Yeah.
So I've got Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, JJ McCarthy. I picked up with my last pick. I like that.
If he can take the job from Sam Darnold. Right now, they're saying Sam might have a chokehold on it.
Do you really see Sam Darnold finishing? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I like it. At the running back position, I've got Saquon Barkley, James Cook, Ezekiel Elliott, and Chuba Hubbard. Wide receiver, Puka. I like my Puka. Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. I picked up Tyler Lockett, Xavier Legette, Demario Douglas, Jalen McMillan. And then Kadarius Toney.
Two favorite rookies of mine, by the way, Keon Coleman and Xavier Legette. Love both of those dudes.
I'm big on Xavier Legette this year.
Yeah, even though he's a Panther. Bryce Young.
I know.
I don't know. That's
I
tough.
know, but I think he's got some talent there. And at the tight end position, Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce, and Ben Sinnott.
There you go. Yeah, make sure you get down on your own drafts at underdogfantasy.com or the app Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code OFFSGPN if you've never used it before, and let us know, who you're drafting, who you like to draft, all that stuff. I like that you can see your exposure, so you can see like in your drafts how many times have you drafted a certain person. Mine is loading, otherwise it's going to tell you something of some people of mine. Okay, here we go. Brennan Rice, Keon Coleman, Ben Sinnott are my most drafted people. So 3 rookies are my most drafted, probably because I get them later. Yeah. Least drafted, there's a handful of them, so I'm not going to read them all. But Audric is teammate, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride.
Bowers.
I've only gotten him on one. Anthony Richardson, Tyrone Tracy. So, some of those guys I'm not getting in as many, but just kind of how they fall, right?
Yeah.
This was a fun draft. I don't know if we'll be able to get an opportunity to get another one in live.
Probably not live. No.
Yeah. Just depends where we travel to.
It does. It depends.
Maybe when we're in Wisconsin, we'll be able to fit one in, or maybe we take a little trip over to Nebraska and get that done.
Take a trip to Nebraska.
Yeah. Good old Nebraska.
Horrible. Sorry, Cody.
Sorry, Cody. Yeah, sorry, Cody.
We didn't get one of those in yet.
Damn Cornhuskers. I actually said it earlier. Remember, I called him a whore for not joining our draft.
Sorry, Cody.
Yeah, make sure if you're in Minneapolis.
Again, sorry about this table. This is insane.
If you're in Minneapolis, make sure you visit the O'Shaughnessy Distillery. They make Keeper's Heart whiskey. And you know what? If you're not a big whiskey fan, stop by there anyways, and then pop over to Surly. They're right next door.
Yes, they are right next door.
Surly Brewing, that makes the Surly beer right next door. And yeah, we found out some cool stuff at Keeper's Heart. They're making a wheated bourbon. Wheated.
Cool whip.
Wheat.
Cool whip.
Why are you saying it like that? They're making a wheated bourbon that they might do a small batch release at the end of 2025 because it should be ready around then. But otherwise, the main release, it sounds like they're
St. Patrick's
maybe
Day,
targeting. They don't know for sure.
On St. Patrick's Day in 2020.
And so, yeah, St. Patrick's Day of 2026, they're kind of eyeing, it's not decided, it's TBD, but they're kind of eyeing that for the release of their wheated bourbon, which I'm very excited for. Maybe we need a little Minneapolis trip in March. I don't know. That'd be fun. Break ground with
2 years.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We'll do another best ball draft. That'll be a really early draft, which would also be interesting and fun to do. Make sure you subscribe. Old Fashioned Football.
I thought it was 2025.
No, it's going to be ready at the end of 2025.
I thought it was a 4-year.
It's gonna be ready at the end. Just trust me.
I think you might have your dates wrong, but we're gonna.
It's not gonna be ready in a month or two.
It's not a month or two.
Yeah, August 2024 would be a month or two.
Okay, no, you're right.
I know.
I mean, that is correct.
No, say it again. Say it again. I was
No.
right. It would be fun to visit Minnesota for St. Patrick's Day. I agree. Keeper's Heart seems like the perfect place to spend,
Yes.
as long as they have corned beef and cabbage. I must have that on my my St. Patrick's Day. And do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
I think this was fun. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you check out Keeper's Heart. Make sure you check out Underdog Fantasy. Going once, going twice.
Sold.